Are you single and you really want to settle down? You've tried everything that you can to find the right person, but you still haven't managed to find that perfect person. On today's video, I'm going to be sharing strategic, honest, and real ways you can find the perfect person for you. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time, my name is Precious. On this channel we give great insight on family, relationship, and lifestyle. If you're interested in any of these topics, please support me by pressing the subscribe button, support me by pressing the notification bell. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. Marriage, relationship, family is what I enjoy talking about, is my passion. I feel like if you're a single person and you really want to settle down, there's no reason why you should not settle down. So first of all, before you start looking for this perfect man, who are you? What is your purpose? If someone comes to you and say, oh, what's your purpose in life? What are you going to say? Have you found yourself? So there are two questions you need to ask yourself before you start following the strategies I'm going to be giving to you. The first question is, who are you? And the second question is, what do you want, right? Who are you as a man? Who are you as a woman? What is your purpose on earth? Why has God created you? Have you found yourself? Do you want to go on this journey not finding who you are? Because when you go on this journey of marriage, you're going to lose yourself. There is a chance that you probably forget who you are. So if you haven't found yourself before even going on the marriage, you're likely not going to find yourself for a long time. So it's very advisable that you find yourself. So now that you found who you are, your purpose, your calling, what do you want? If someone comes to you and say, girl or boy or guy, what are the qualities you want in your future spouse? What are you going to say? Do you have a list? I would encourage you to make a list of the must-have in your spouse. And I'll encourage you to have a list of desirables that you can have. So the must-have are the things that your spouse needs to have, right? And the desirable are the things that you desire. But even if he or she doesn't have it, that's fine. So who are you and what do you want? Those are the two questions that you need to ask yourself before you start following this strategy. So now let's go on the strategy. The first strategy on finding your life partner is you need to pray and ask God to give you your life partner. God is a perfect God. God is a God that created every one of us. The Bible says the earth is the Lord and his fullness thereof, the world and they that dwell therein. The world and they that dwell therein. So God made the world and everything that is in it. So pray for your partner. Pray and ask God to give you the right person. Pray and ask God to give you the qualities that you desire. Start praying, bank your prayers, because there are times when you've gone into this other side of your life, which is the marriage and relationship, you may not have the time as you have it now to pray and pray and pray. So bank your prayers and also wait on his perfect will. So now we've done that. The next thing we want to do is, where can you find this person? Where people say, I've searched everywhere, I've done this, I've done that. What other place can you find your partner? Right? You can find the right person, or you can find your spouse at your place of service, or at his place of service, or at her place of service. So what I'm going to say now is that, what do you do? Right? At your place of work, who are you? In that church that you go to, who are you? Let's use a place of work as an example. As your place of work, right? Work is a place where we spend most of our time. Before we last say, okay, church and maybe at home. And most of the time we are home is either during nighttime when we need to sleep. So if you're in a church, you just go and come back. You're not in any group. How are they going to find you? I remember a video that one of the YouTubers did. I think her name is Olori Osho. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing it properly. She did a video on how she found her spouse, and she said she found her spouse there was a day she did a ministration in church where she danced. It was a solo dance. After church that day, the guy approached her and they talk, and from one thing led to another, and they are married today. If Olori Osho did not minister that day, she was in the crowd, how would her husband now, how would he have seen her? So if you're in a church, you're not a worker, you're not anything, you're just a bench member, you go and you come back, nobody will find you. You have to be doing something special. You have to stand out in the crowd. You have to be active member of your church to be found. You have to be active at work for your colleague to say, oh, there's something about this guy, there's something about this. You can't just go to work quietly and go out, no presence. So you can find your partner where? At your place of service. Don't go to a place and be quiet. You have to stand out. I don't mean going to a place and start shouting, screaming so that you have attention. No. But go to a place and make positive impacts wherever you go. And every time you go to a place and you impact something positively there, you're going to be remembered. So if you're in a church where you look around, right, there's no potential brother. Like I said, this video is honest and realistic strategy that I'm giving to you. So I'm going to be very honest and I'm going to be real as possible, right? It may not be a popular opinion, but I am going to be as real as possible. If you're in a church as a single brother or a single sister, right? And there is no potential brother or sister. As a girl, you look in a church and you look and you see that there is nobody in that church that is going to be your future husband. Can I just say to you that you are wasting your time? Right? I know most people are going to say, oh yeah, but you're going to church to serve God. Yes, you're going to church to serve God. And you're also going to church for God to meet your needs as well. Stay there. I will answer you this question when you're 50. But if you want me to be honest with you, leave that church and go to... There are so many churches. That church is not the only church in this world that preaches the gospel. Maybe all of us are going to heaven, the same heaven. We are serving the same God, right? We are going to the same heaven. We are serving the same God. So why moving from one church to another? Why is that a problem for you? It's not a problem. It shouldn't be a problem because you're serving the same God. And another thing I want to say to you is that if you're at a place of work where you spend a lot of your time at, and there's no potential at that job, find another job. There's nothing wrong moving from one job to another job. There is nothing wrong. I'm honest. I am trying to be as honest as possible, right? At your place of service. And while you're doing that, your job, or while you're doing that thing as your place of service, do it diligently. Do it with all your heart. Stand out. Don't be the same as everybody. Stand out. So another place that you can find your partner, another way you can find your partner is by going to events, right? There are so many people so many singles that don't have social life. I don't understand why a single person will not have a social life. I don't understand. If you're not going to enjoy yourself now, is it when you get married with children that you have so many things you want to do? Is that when you're going to have a social life? So now that you're single, why not enjoy yourself? When you go for parties, you go for weddings, you go for receptions, you go for anything, ceremony that you've been invited. Even if you're not invited, you have a friend that has been invited for a wedding, go with your friend, because it's at events people meet. At events people meet. And when you go for events as well, don't go there and sit down at one corner of the hall or go to one side that nobody's going to know that you're there. Like I said, I'm just being real to you. Make yourself known. If you see someone that you think this person is from afar, just go introduce yourself. Say, hello, hi, my name is Precious. How are you? I can tell you that most of the marriages you see today, the girls are the ones that made the first move. When I mean the first move, it may not necessarily be going to tell the guy, oh, I like you. No. It might be the girl that went and said, hello, how are you? My name is Precious. Are you okay? And blah, blah, blah. That first high conversation, most of the time, the girls are the ones that start that conversation. If you are a single person and you are waiting for, you know that as a girl, you've been told that is the man that will come and say hello to you and start the conversation. You are going to wait for a long time, right? So if you go for these events, like I said, if you go for these events and you see someone, a potential bro, a potential sister, or someone that you think matches your, at least the physical, because obviously you may not know the things behind, but matches your physical, just go say hello, hi, are you okay, blah, just start a conversation. One thing leads to another. You never know what's going to happen. So it's so important that attend events as singles. Attend events, go for parties, go for birthdays, go for weddings, go out. You're not going to find a life partner in your house. If you're saying, oh, I'm not a social person, you're going to be a single person. If you're just going to be staying on your own and not going out, you're going to be single. Another way you can find the right person is by recommendation. Don't be deceived, single people, right? Do not be deceived, right? That people don't recommend, or you cannot get married because someone recommended something. Let me tell you something. For somebody to recommend someone to you, that means that person has actually watched that person and know that the person is right. I don't think I would see someone that is not very nice person and go and recommend for marriage, because I know that at the end of the day, it's on my head. So recommendation for me is one big way people find life partners. So be open for recommendation. Be open to be recommended. There's nothing wrong, guys and babes. There's nothing wrong. You see somebody, an elderly person, and say, bros or sis, I'm a single girl. If you know anyone that's I'm okay to consider anyone that you can recommend. Use your mouth and ask. I'm being real to you. Ask for yourself. Ask. Tell people that you're single. Don't hide your status. That's who you are. Don't hide it. Because if you hide that, do you know that there are some girls that will go and buy fake ring and be wearing? Oh, tell me how that potential brother or sister is going to find you when you're already wearing a wedding band. So be open for recommendation. This is how you can find the right person, or how the right person can actually locate you. Another thing that you can do is online dating. If you haven't watched my video on online dating, is it godly, is it a Christian thing, or is it something that you want to consider, please try and watch that video, because it's so important. Online dating is recommended in a world where things are just moving, social media, everyone is busy, people don't have time. Like here in the UK, people don't have time. People work from morning to evening, go home tired, ready for the next Sunday church. They don't really have time to socialize as much. Even on weekends, they're supposed to be socializing. They end up not being able to socialize because they are tired. They want to sort the house and they want to catch up on their chores. So they don't really socialize. So online dating is a big thing. Is it a Christian thing? Yes, it's a Christian thing. Don't allow anybody to deceive you. It's a Christian thing. All you need to do is to prayerfully ask God to direct you and lead you. And that's why you need to have a list of what you want. So that if you meet someone online and the person does not meet your recommendation, or does not meet the qualities that you want and the qualities that you think will match as a child of God, or whatever religion you have, you say, I'm not wasting my time, you go to the next person. Don't let anyone deceive you about online dating. Sometimes people go online and they don't have a good experience. Don't let that stop you. Keep pushing. Online dating is here to stay. Online dating is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. So it's high time that we as Christians and we as religious people start looking into those areas, because it's not a sin. In this my how many years of life, I have seen a lot of things. I have seen where you will see a girl will say, oh, I'm not going to marry that kind of man. I'm not going to marry that kind of girl. I'm not going to marry this. I'm not going to marry that. And they deceive people that are supposed to have gotten a life partner, people that are supposed to have been married or settled down by now, just because of what their friends said. they did not go on with that relationship. And should I tell you something? Most of the times, those people that deceived you, or those people that said one thing or the other, they go ahead to marry those people they said you should not marry. They go ahead to, when it comes to their turn, they change their mind. Marriage is a personal thing. Marriage is something that you can start today not so or madly in love with that person, but with time it grows. With time, there are so many things that makes marriage work, provided that both of you are ready to work and make your marriage work. Your marriage is going to work. So these are the strategies that you need to find the perfect person. So thank you guys for watching this video. I just hope that you're going to take this point on board. Hopefully you are going to find the right person for yourself. So don't think that you're getting too old, you can't find the right person. No, don't let anyone deceive you. Follow these strategies and hopefully you're going to find the right person. So thank you guys for watching this video. Be grateful, be positive, and be yourself. Please check out my other videos, the ones that are just popping by the side. Check them out. Check them out, okay? Thank you.